Hey there, I am in our quail and seed storage room, and today I'm going to tell you all about the Three Sisters gardening technique, what it is, where it started, why it is, and how it is. Alrighty, it's time to go back in time and let's actually discuss the history of the Three Sisters planting method. Now, I haven't found exactly which tribe the Three Sisters originated from. If you know that, please comment below. But I have seen that the Iroquois, the Cherokee, and the Haudenosaunee are the most commonly attributed towards creating the Three Sisters. Now, the legend goes that a long time ago, there were three sisters who lived together in a field. The littlest sister was so young that she could only crawl at first. And the second sister wore a bright yellow dress, and she would run off by herself. And the third sister, who was the oldest sister, she would always stand very straight and tall and high above the rest of her sisters. Now, if you're not getting it yet, these three sisters are squash, pole beans, and corn. Many African tribes also have their version of Three Sisters planting, which is typically okra, beans, and watermelon. Corn gives the beans something to climb up, beans help give support to the stalks, and the beans also give nitrogen back into the soil, since if you know about corn, you know that the corn drains the nitrogen from the soil. It's important to note that this is actually a next year benefit. A lot of people, when they're talking about the Three Sisters planting, they say how the beans refeed the soil and give that nitrogen back into the soil because the corn depletes it. And that is true, but it's actually a next year benefit, meaning that the beans will in fact give nitrogen back to the soil, but your soil won't benefit from that until the following planting year. And the winter squash provides better irrigation by the water being able to drain off the leaves. The leaves also provide shade during those summer months. Now, how do you successfully do the Three Sisters planting? How you do the Three Sisters planting is typically in a mound fashion. That's how it originally was, where you have the corn in the center of the mound, about 6 inches apart, and then you have the beans all throughout that corn, and then you have the winter or spring squash in the perimeter around the beans and the corn. Now, it's important to get the planting schedule right. If you plant the beans too soon after you plant the corn, the beans are actually going to vine up the corn and climb up the corn stalks and basically pull it down to the ground and kill the corn, and the beans won't be able to grow either. What I see work best is planting the corn first, and then about 2 weeks later, or once the corn is 6 to 12 inches high, you plant the beans next to the corn, about 3 inches apart. And then once the beans are sprouted, then you plant your winter or spring squash. Now, we're doing a bit of a hybrid between the indigenous method of the Three Sisters and the African method of the Three Sisters. So we are going to plant the corn first, and then we are going to plant the pole beans, and then we are going to plant watermelon instead of squash. There's no particular reason besides the fact that we don't eat squash. So we're just going to plant watermelon because we like watermelon and we don't want to plant things that we don't want to eat. Now here's where it gets fun. You can get jiggy with it and introduce a fourth sister to those three sisters. Hopefully they accept her. You can add in a sunflower, and now that eldest sister, the corn, might be a little bit embarrassed that she's no longer going to be the tallest one, but I think she'll understand why. You'll want to plant sunflowers on the north side of your Three Sisters mound. The purpose of planting the sunflower is it'll grow taller than everything else, so it'll attract bugs to the sunflower and distract them from all that delicious goodness being the corn and the beans and your squash or watermelon. Another benefit of the sunflower is it's going to help attract pollinators, and just like with any food you want to plant, you're going to have a use for it. So we are going to most likely use the sunflower this spring to feed our chickens, and we might try to make some flavored sunflower seeds out of it. We're pretty new to gardening and urban homesteading, having only done this for a couple years now here in Kansas Zone 6A. Follow along and watch our journey as we do these exact Three Sisters plus that fourth sister this spring 2026, and share our whole journey, the ups and downs, and everything else. Thanks for watching.